With the current release of Knock at the Cabin, the newest M. Night Shyamalan movie, I thought I'd have a look at his other movies. It took me down some weird paths. His big break was obviously The Sixth Sense. If you haven't seen the film, you should go watch it. I'm not going to spoil anything, but the way it was written and filmed, the twist at the end was spectacularly done. Personally, I don't think any of his other films have lived up to the success of The Sixth Sense. I've enjoyed a lot of his other films. I mean, it's his first big 4 films, where The Sixth Sense, Unbreakable, Signs and The Village. And up until then, all 4 of them were fairly successful. The lowest reviewed one of them was sitting at like a 40, 42, 43% or something. That was The Village, which I thought was a lot better than Signs. I have some mixed views on Signs. It's not one of these films that I'll go back and watch again and again. It was good for what it was, but it was like the ending was like forced. I think The Village should have got more praise than what it did. Then his next 4 films were very lacking. With Lady in the Water, the story it told in the intro was great. I mean, that premise of the entire movie, it's not as fast paced as his other movies. There's no like twists. The amount of characters that he was adding into it, I think, took away from where the story could have went. Then we had The Happening. I mean, even people in the movie were struggling with it. They didn't understand fully where it was going to go. All I can say about it is what happened in The Happening. It has been one of his lowest reviewed movies. After The Happening, he made The Last Airbender. It's not a series I was into when I was younger, when it came out, and I thought maybe with the live action film I'll be able to get into it. So I tried it, and I didn't manage to get through the full film. I couldn't get into it. I didn't feel there was enough of a story. Visually, it was very well done. The acting was very well done. It was the story that let it down. And then we had After Earth. The story was there, but it felt slow. Even the action scenes seemed slow. Visually, it was very well done again, but the acting in this one was a bit meh. It was just nobody was excited about doing the film. It seemed to be that they were making the film to push Jaden Smith by having Will Smith in it, passing the torch to him, kind of thing. It seemed like that's what they were trying to do. There's types of films, and you go, oh yeah, that's a Will Smith film. This was not one of them. After Earth was done, it was only 2 years before his next movie. The next film was The Visit. This was like a return to form for him, really. It was a psychological thriller, and the story is really, really good. There's been so many different films and shows like this, and the way that his was done, it seemed different because it was children that were the victims, and it was really good. You could feel the suspense from the first time they show up at the house. I mean, you could see it in everything. Just the way it was filmed as well was really good and well acted. I can't really fault the film. Then we go to the final 2 parts of the trilogy. You had Split and then you had Glass. Just the build of the story. I mean, the first one is about Bruce Willis's character. Samuel L. Jackson is a side character. In Split, it is James McAvoy's movie, he did a spectacular job of portraying every one of those characters. The bit at the end with Bruce Willis showing up and then talking about Samuel L. Jackson's character just blends it all together. And then you get to Glass, seeing the whole secret society thing, and it just proves Samuel L. Jackson's character correct from the very first film, and it comes full circle. It was so good to see these characters come back for the finale. Such a big change from the current superhero movies. A welcomed change. I really enjoyed seeing the darker side, and it's definitely worth a watch. After Glass, we have Old. This came out in 2021. The trailers didn't do it justice. It seemed to be that he'd had his good films, then he had the bad films, and then he had good films again, and people were like, is this going to be another bad one? Is he going to have good films, good film, then bad? I can safely say that it didn't do that. I was pleasantly surprised that it was really good. The story, the acting, the visuals in it as well, everything was really, really well done. There's not much more I can say about it. He had his ups, he had his downs, he's back up, and I hope he stays where he is, because he is a terrific director. He knows how to do things. So I think what it is if he's left to his own devices to make the films, they're going to be good. But again, studio interference is one of the worst things in the industry. It has killed franchises, it has killed careers. Like I said, I haven't seen Knock at the Cabin yet, but I have high hopes for it. Here's hoping that we do have more good M. Night Shyamalan films ahead of us. So, until next time, bye.